The sports world has been enthralled with TikTok challenges, but not all trends are benign. Athletes that take part in challenges that go against team rules, safety regulations, or sportsmanship standards risk suspension. For players of all skill levels, these viral trends can have major repercussions, ranging from risky antics to social media disputes. In this video, we will highlight 7 key reasons why athletes are getting suspended. Number 7. Dangerous stunts and injury risks. Viral challenges on TikTok are well known, and many of them feature daring physical stunts or amazing athletic achievements. Some of these issues, meanwhile, go beyond safety regulations, encouraging players to partake in risky behaviors that could cause severe harm. On social media, challenges including severe tackling drills, blindfolded trick shots, flipping off tall surfaces, and endurance-based tests that test the body's boundaries have become popular. Concussions, fractured bones, torn ligaments, and even spinal injuries are among the serious risks associated with these activities, despite their seeming amusement value. An athlete's career could be ended by a single mistake in one of these stunts, which could have life-altering effects. Athletes who engage in these risky activities and sustain injuries not only endanger their own careers, but also have a detrimental effect on their teams by lowering the number of players available and changing game plans. Athletes must adhere to stringent safety regulations set forth by numerous sports organizations, such as high school athletic associations, collegiate programs, and professional leagues in order to minimize needless risks. Participating in a challenge that goes against these safety guidelines may result in fines, suspensions from the game, or even team expulsion. Player well-being is a top priority for coaches, trainers, and team officials, and any careless actions that jeopardize an athlete's health are taken extremely seriously. Athletes who engage in activities that provide a significant risk of injury may be subject to fines or other irreversible repercussions for their actions, even if the challenge is not prohibited by law. Number 6. Violation of sportsmanship and integrity. While fair play and respect are fundamental concepts in sports, some TikTok challenges encourage conduct that goes against these ideals, which can have major repercussions for participating players. Athletes' behavior off the field, particularly in public and on social media, is just as important to sportsmanship as their performance on it. Athletes are encouraged by some TikTok trends to make fun of rivals, fabricate fictitious fights, celebrate excessively in a way that makes fun of other people, or even make exaggerated criticisms of officials. Even while these behaviors might appear to be harmless fun, they can have a negative impact on the athlete, their team, and the sport overall. Codes of conduct for undergraduate organizations like the NCAA and professional leagues like the NBA, NFL, and FIFA place a strong emphasis on honesty and decency. Athletes may face disciplinary actions, such as fines, suspensions, or expulsion from the team, if they engage in a challenge that is considered unsportsmanlike, such as mocking a lost opponent, making inflated reaction videos to contentious referee calls, or making fun of the performance of another team. In addition to formal sanctions, unsportsmanlike challenges can harm an athlete's reputation and reduce their appeal to professional scouts, sponsors, and prospective clubs. Even one instance of disrespectful behavior can have a lasting impact on an athlete's career in a time when social media is constantly monitored. Number 5. Breaching team and league policies. There are stringent rules limiting what athletes may and cannot post on social media in the majority of professional and collegiate sports organizations. These regulations are in place to uphold professionalism, safeguard the league's reputation, and prohibit any actions that can spark controversy or harm the organization's standing. However, a lot of TikTok challenges include activities that are clearly against these rules, which has negative effects on the athletes that take part. Discipline may follow, for instance, if a player sneaks into a stadium's restricted sections, films inside locker rooms without authorization, damages team property, or publicly criticizes coaches or management. Some sportsmen have even been suspended for engaging in seemingly innocuous practical jokes if the substance was judged offensive or disruptive. Furthermore, players are prohibited from participating in social media activities that can be deemed offensive, unprofessional, or harmful to the league's reputation, by rules set forth by organizations like the NFL and NBA. Number 4. Academic and NCAA compliance issues. Strict rules established by institutions such as the NCAA are frequently necessary for student-athletes to maintain their eligibility to compete. The possible breach of amateurism regulations, especially with regard to monetization, is one of the main worries when it comes to TikTok problems. Many athletes are not aware that taking part in sponsored TikTok challenges can violate NCAA rules regarding name, image, and likeness NIL arrangements, particularly when those challenges entail brand promotion. An athlete runs the danger of being disqualified from competition if they participate in a company-sponsored viral challenge without the required authorization. Aside from monetary issues, some TikTok challenges incite student-athletes to act in ways that are against school rules, like skipping classes, disturbing the campus, or pulling practical jokes on teachers or other school officials. A student-athlete may be suspended from both their team and the university if they are found participating in a challenge that represents their institution negatively or violates academic rules. An athlete's ability to compete may be impacted by behaviors that result in disciplinary actions inside the school, even if the problem itself has nothing to do with sports. Because of this, colleges and coaches frequently keep a careful eye on their athletes' social media behavior to make sure they do not take part in any activities that can jeopardize their academic standing or athletic eligibility. Number 3. Use of banned substances or equipment. Sports organizations may forbid the use of drugs, supplements, or equipment in some TikTok competitions. Trends that encourage excessive use of performance-enhancing drugs, pre-workout supplements, or caffeine, for example, can result in major infractions of anti-doping regulations. There are stringent rules about what substances athletes can and cannot use from organizations like the NCAA, FIFA, and the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. Athletes risk failing a drug test and being suspended if they take part in a challenge that requires them to consume an illegal substance, even if they are doing it as a joke. Athletes are also encouraged to employ non-legal equipment, such modified bats, illegal cleats, or illegally adapted protective gear. In certain TikTok challenges, using and promoting non-compliant gear can result in fines, disqualifications, and suspensions, even if the intention is humorous. Compliance officers are employed by numerous leagues and teams to keep an eye on athletes' activities and make sure they do not do anything that would contravene sports rules. Number 2. Illegal or inappropriate content. There are serious repercussions for athletes who participate in TikTok challenges that test the limits of appropriateness in law. Trends like theft as a practical joke, damaging property, entering forbidden areas, or acting dangerously in public can lead to suspensions from the squad, as well as legal issues. Athletes are not allowed to participate in any activity that can be considered immoral or illegal due to stringent conduct regulations enforced by most professional leagues and colleges. An athlete may be suspended from their team immediately in addition to facing legal consequences if they are found to have engaged in a challenge that involves unlawful activities, such as causing damage to locker rooms, prank calling coaches, or engaging in unruly conduct. Furthermore, because leagues place a high priority on upholding a positive public image, challenges involving inappropriate or explicit content may also result in harsh disciplinary sanctions. Number 1. Disrupting team dynamics. Athletic performance depends on team bonding, yet some TikTok challenges cause needless conflict within teams. Pranks that publicly criticize coaches, reveal private locker room moments, or humiliate teammates can erode trust and foster animosity within a team. Interpersonal disputes that lower team morale may arise, for instance, if an athlete captures a teammate in a vulnerable moment and publishes it online without the player's permission. Team culture is taken seriously by coaches and management, and any social media activity that jeopardizes cohesiveness is frequently punished with repercussions. Reduced playing time, internal disciplinary measures, or even expulsion from the team are possible outcomes for athletes who take part in challenges that upset team chemistry. In conclusion, sportsmen should be careful about the trends they follow, even though TikTok challenges might be entertaining and interesting. Many of these issues put team dynamics, safety, compliance, and sportsmanship at risk, which can result in fines, suspensions, or even career-ending repercussions. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.